Hi, thanks for watching. In this video, I'm going to show you how you can increase the ranking of your website in search results to get it on the top of the first page, the search volume and traffic that these top sites get, along with the amount of new leads that will be coming directly to your business when it is ranked. So to show you all this, what I've done is just a search of house painting in Jacksonville, taking some of the top competitor here, and as well as your website, and then I put them all into this tool that I use. And it shows me all the information that Google finds when it crawls your site that it uses to determine the position in search results, and then rates its strength and trust on a scale of 1 to 100. So you can see just quickly from some of these numbers why this company is outranking yours at the top of the page. But let me just go into a little bit of detail on what these numbers mean and then how you can improve them. So when Google is looking to determine in what order to rank a website in search results, it uses two different factors. The first is what's called the authority or trust that it has in your site. Now, this is basically a popularity contest. This authority is gained when other domains or websites refer back to yours and then they create a link. This acts as an endorsement that Google uses to build trust because others are vouching for you. So just to give you a quick example, if say the local news station did an article on their website and it said the top 10 best painting companies in the Jacksonville area, and in that article the reader could click on a link and it would bring them to your website, that would be considered one backlink from one referring domain. There's a lot of different types of domains or websites that can link back to yours, including any kind of blog or posting sites, press releases, maybe any manufacturers or distributors that you work with. However, one very important and powerful type is what's called a citation. Now, a citation is any time that your name, address, and phone number appear in an online directory. Those include Yelp, Yellow Pages, Better Business Bureau. Those are usually always free. It just takes some time to find them, register your business, and then input the information exactly as it's shown in Google. So you can see why, based on the number of other websites that are linking back to this company, why Google is trusting them more and has more authority and therefore ranks them higher at the top of the list. However, there is something to note here is it's not just a matter of the quantity of these links, it's also the quality. So some links are more spammy than others. We need to be finding websites and partners that have a highly authoritative website and are trustworthy, but then also relative to your service industry. So something to do with painting or home remodeling, or something in that same field, and then linking back to those so that way they can transfer that trust and authority through that link to your website. Now the second factor for ranking your site is the content on the page. So if we take a look in here, we can see all the keywords and phrases that are being found on your website that are being typed into Google search, as well as the volume, the number of times per month they're being searched. So this is where we just do some research to try to find all the highest volume keywords, making relative to the services that you offer in the areas that you service, and just making sure that those are prominently displayed and qualified and being found on your website. So that way you can rank for them. So if you take one of here, Painters, Jacksonville, Florida, it's being searched 600 times per month. Right now you're in the 10th position, which is going to put you either at the bottom of the first page or the top of the second page. And it's going down. So if you were at the top of the first page, 600 people a month will be seeing your website. Now we're very conservative and we say that only 10% of the search volume actually becomes a lead to your business, whether through a phone call or a form submit to the email. And then depending on what the closing percentage is, customers that contact you that actually turn into jobs, you can just see how the number of leads coming into month, that sheer volume, can definitely add up to some revenue at the end of the month and at the end of the year. And that's just off one keyword. Then repeat that same process for all the high volume keywords and making sure that those are all found on your site. Now there is a formula that Google uses to find these. So if we take a look at your site here, as far as the layout, it's looking pretty good that we've got all the information that customers could want. It is great to have a form submit right at the top of the screen. What I would suggest though is a majority of people are actually searching on mobile devices nowadays. So we want to make sure your site is mobile optimized. So this phone number would be great if it's a click to call, meaning that with one push of their finger on their touchscreen, this number would automatically come up in their dialer and be ready to dial out. Beyond that, what I am just seeing if there is a slight problem here is there just isn't a whole lot of content on the page. And the reason that's a problem is because Google doesn't care about the layout. It's just a computer. So it's going to come in and count all the words and text on your page. Now, it's generally looking for a minimum of about 1,500 words on a home page because it assumes that the more information you have, the more of an expert you are, and then the more likely it is to recommend you in search results. Now, while it's counting all the words, it's also searching for those keywords, any of the services that you offer, and then the areas. Now, this is where the number of words on the page really comes into play because you're only allowed to have one of those keywords for every 150 words of text on the page. So the more services or locations or just keywords in general that you want to be found for in search results means the more content that will have to be added to the page in order to qualify for it. So if we go back to the search results, the first thing that's always going to come up is the map pack. This is actually a pretty important area to be in because these top websites will get a lot of traffic just because they're at the top of the page. Now, to be listed in here is free. You just need to fill out your Google Business profile, which is part of the Maps app, so you can do it right from a smartphone now. When doing so, you want to fill out as much information as you can, including all the services you offer, the areas, even the hours of operation. Then you want to optimize your listing, doing things like your business description. You're allowed 750 characters. You want to use all that and put some keywords in there as well. Then you want to take photos of your work and make sure they're geolocated and tagged from within your service area, as well as posting onto your Google profile on a regular basis. Collect as many reviews as you can. And then you want to get as many of those citations, your name, address, and phone number. You want to appear in more directories than anybody else on this list. So then underneath that, this is what we call the organic search results. This is where the more authority or trust that Google has in your site, the higher up in the list that you're going to rank. So this is where getting more of those links or referrals from other websites will help you climb and outrank the competition. Another thing that I wanted to note here is when I was just going through and looking at your site statistics, it's only showing that it's crawled 5 pages out of your website, and I definitely know that you have more than 5 pages on here, just almost with the blog alone. So what I would also suggest is submitting a sitemap to Google so that way it can fully crawl and index every page of your site, and that might help pick up some things as well for you. So I hope this information was helpful and allows you to scale some of your online presence. I know Chris said that you were having some problems with employment as far as being able to handle the jobs, besides getting more work in the door. We do this a lot for a lot of clients. We work with a lot of local partners and national ones for hiring companies. We run campaigns for you, whether we're doing ads or in local searches. So there are definitely some options that, once the phone starts ringing from optimizing your website, we can help you to handle the work that's coming in. So if you have any specific goals for the business or any other things you'd like to talk about, we can love to go in further detail with you. So I appreciate your time and look forward to speaking with you.